For this graph of position versus time, find the amplitude, the period, and the maximum velocity. Ooh, okay, let's see. Amplitude looks to be about, notice that this is a cos. This looks like a cosine function, right? 7. I'm going to say 7 meters. Okay, and then how long does it take to go through a complete cycle? That looks like it's 1.5, right? Notice that we go through two complete cycles in 3 seconds, so I believe one cycle is 1.5. Right, and then what's our maximum velocity? Well, the maximum velocity is going to be the omega times the amplitude, right? So we got to figure out omega. Omega is 2 pi over the period, right? So that is 2 pi over 1.5, which is that 4/3 pi? I think so. I just multiplied the numerator and denominator by 2 to get rid of the 0.5, right? So that's our omega, right? Okay. So now we can figure out our maximum velocity is 4/3 pi. And then x naught is 7. Right? So that is, that's 28 pi over 3 is our maximum velocity, right? 28 pi over 3. And we could make that a number. I just don't feel like it. Okay. So let's see. Write an equation for the motion. Well, this is cosine, right? Okay. So our equations are, let's take a look. Our equations are, if this is cosine, right, that our velocity is negative sine, right? If x is cosine, then v is negative sine, and it's omega x naught sine omega t. Things being funky. Okay, so if this guy's cosine, x is x naught, and x naught is 7, right? And then this is cosine, and that's meters, right? Cosine of omega t, and omega is 4/3 pi, right? Times t. That's the parentheses. What is that? I don't even know. All right. Yes. Okay. And now, if remember, if this is cosine, then the velocity is negative sine. Okay. So let's do that. V is omega x naught. The opposite of that, sine omega t. Now, take a look at this. Let's figure this out. We figured out that omega x naught is this, right? So I'm going to go V is the opposite of 28 pi over 3 sine, and then omega t is 4/3. Ooh, that sounds good. I think that's right. Let's just double check. Does this make sense? Notice that this guy should be the slope of this one. And sine, remember, at 0 starts out 0. That slope is 0. So far, so good, right? Okay. Positive sine starts to get positive, but negative sine right away gets negative, right? So this thing is going, right? So it starts out at 0 and gets negative. Indeed, the slope of this starts out at 0 and gets negative. So it passes the quick check there, right? Really, to do it, you need to graph it and look at it and then understand slopes and things, okay? Yeah, I think we've got some equations here.